What's going on, guys? Sam Prentice back once again. I'm here in Goshen, Indiana at the Elkhart County Fairgrounds with Creality, and we are at the Midwest Rep Rap Festival. So Goshen, Indiana is the place to be, and it's where the first Rep Rap Festival actually took place. It might seem quite unlikely, but this is where it all started. So as I'm here with Creality, let's get straight into looking at some of Creality's 3D printers. So here we are at the Creality booth. There's lots to choose from here, including the new K1 3D printer that's just been released. You might have seen this on my YouTube channel, and we've also got the K1 Max here as well. Creality are doing a fantastic job with these modern, fast, speedy 3D printers, and I'm super impressed with what they've come up to. We've got a Share Fest on Sunday as well, so there's lots of stuff that's happening here. Hey, we've got an earpiece as well, look at that. When you think of influential 80s movies, certainly Back to the Future rates very high, certainly on my film choice. But Doc Brown here has gone the extra mile, where he's turned a Death Racer into a DeLorean. Stephen, Doc Brown, really good to see you. Dude, there's never a dull moment, right?
Well, that's a weird word.
And you know what? With this Battle Racers, Death Racers thing, you've managed to keep this constantly entertaining. So, and I will play part of the video that these guys made just coming out to Murph.
Trailer 4. What are we doing here? Steve? Brian! Why are you dressed like Doc Brown? Never mind, why don't we hit the other mall? Work is less than a week away. So? We don't have time for this. That's a what? I know. Are you telling me you break a Death Racer into a DeLorean? Yeah.
So much effort is put into not just the design, but kind of the ecosystem of your brain injected into people's eyeballs right now. Obviously, Back to the Future, childhood film, probably for yourself and myself, certainly with the grey hair, right? It was one of those films, wasn't it, that was just so iconic that you just can't get away from it. So tell me, I can't even believe we're doing this. Tell me, how did this come about? What went through your brain to go, you know what, we're going to make this?
Well, I mean, like you said, Back to the Future, 80s movie, you know, it stuck to me like Velcro, right? I just loved it, loved every part about it. I mean, I remember playing with toys as a kid, and I'm reciting lines, and my parents are looking at me like, there's something wrong with this child. So, I don't know. We went to Earth. We did the Ghostbusters thing.
Yes.
We got out of there. Me and Ryan were looking at what do we do next. Obviously, this is like it was kind of talked about prior. We immediately started designing. You know, Ryan really went out of his way to detail this thing, and I just kind of stepped back and I'm like, dude, go nuts.
Yeah.
Be weird.
Be weird.
You know, that's the thing, and that's what we aim for. So. It just kind of took on a life of its own, and then as the car progressed, got further into it, and we looked at each other and went, "Wow, listen, we gotta do something." You know, we never really made videos or did any of that, so we're like, let's do something stupid, let's do something fun. So I ended up getting this for Halloween, screwing around.
Yep.
And then once the car got completed, we're like, okay, let's go make a video, and got to bring the suit. So we got together, and it just happened to turn out that I had a JCPenney's right near my hometown. So
that was just insane.
It just kind of came together. We had no idea. We didn't rehearse anything. We just showed up, and we tried just being ourselves, which worked out pretty well.
Because obviously when we turned up at Murph, we were saying like, did you hire that truck? Did you what? How do you? Is it green screen? How did you manage to do it? And we didn't know. Obviously, not being from the US, you were saying that actually finding a JCPenney's is actually pretty difficult. And I was like, did they go to the set and film this? Because it certainly looks pretty damn close.
It's pretty good. It's pretty close. We got lucky. I mean, we did get lucky.
So, Stephen, tell me this. So this is part of it that really kind of is a gut-wrenching thing for me, is that this is going into battle. And the whole Death Racer, Battle Racer experience is taking something that you've built, and again, it lends so well to STEM. And that's obviously what myself and Michael Badley are really, really passionate about, is trying to get people inspired and excited, not just by 3D printing, but also making in general. But this is possibly going to be destroyed. Now, my mindset is, well, you've got a time machine, so could you go back and change what the inevitability is going to be, or what? And there's a part of that video where you're like, this is the flux capacitor, and Ryan's like, is it? And he's like, no, it just gives you the voltage. I mean, like my mind is blown at all elements. But this is exactly the kind of constructive madness and science that we really, really inspired to be. And I tell you what, you've not just taken it like 100%. This is like 1,000% of what we maybe thought possibly may end up happening. In fact, it's beyond my imagination, but you guys consistently make awesome bracers. And like you say, the Ghostbusters thing, and it was playing the Ghostbusters, it's driving everyone mad, but at Earth. And I'm perplexed because the next event is at the East Coast Rembrandt Festival, right?
Yep.
So I don't even know what's going to come out on that one. But what I will say is, how do you feel about this possibly being maimed and destroyed?
So really, the best thing about all of this is we built this from nothing.
Yeah.
And we can do it again. So if we break it, we'll rebuild it. If it gets trashed, so what? If I don't win, I'll just go back in time to the beginning and take out the guy who wins, and I'll just keep doing it until I win, right? That's the whole point, right?
I hate to think what the future might be if you get something wrong. If Tripod doesn't win or something, and then you end up doing it. Yeah, I mean, what an awesome film, first and foremost. But, I've got to give it up to you, dude. You are so inspiring. And this all came from a really stupid idea of like, hey, wouldn't it be funny to punch Joel Telling in the face? And this was the thing, right? And obviously I don't mean him any harm. Right. We're good friends, right? But it was very much about how would that look? How could we do that? And how would that transpire? So Death Racers is where it's at. We're at Murph. We're going to see how this goes down. But listen, dude, thank you so much again. You're completely an inspiration. Where can people find you online?
Well, we have an Instagram. It's Offset Maker Lab.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to find, or you can either type in, yourself, hook up through you, or Jim from the Edge of Tech, or even Tripod's Garage. So, I mean, we like to stay involved with the little community we found, and made a lot of good friends here, and I hope to continue to make new friends as we move forward.
Absolutely. Thanks again, dude. Hey, awesome. Good luck. See you on the track.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this was the plate. This is because we're going. This is because we're up. Really? Seriously? Now it's valuable.
Maybe it's a new beginning. Maybe it's the start of where it ends. I know.
It's phenomenal. So here I am with Ryan. Good to see you, dude. Obviously, you're a big style maker, especially when you put on a project like a Sandcrawler. Now, I'm here with Creality right now, and of course, some of this stuff was printed on Creality printers.
A lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of it was printed on Creality printers. So what Creality printers do you have?
I started with a V2. Well, my first printer was a CR10 S5. And then I wanted something a little smaller, so I went with the original Ender. And then I grabbed an Ender V2 after that.
Gotcha.
I did do some modifications so I could print some TPU for the tracks and some other projects, but so far it's been great.
So part of this interview process, Creality have asked, and they're really interested in what people do with their printers and how they modify them. Now, there are, of course, as you know, there are a ton of modifications you can do to Ender 3s. They're almost like an endless list there. What did you do to yours to make it so specific to your requirements?
First thing was to swap out the Bowden tube because I needed to do a little flexible, so I went with a Micro Swiss. And their adaptation, I mean, it worked great. And then for the Ender V2, I switched it over to the NG Revo nozzle. And that's been a dream. It's worked really well. Other modifications, I mean, I will say that I did put Clipper on my original Ender. Just to see how fast I could go. And
how did that turn out?
It worked well.
Yeah, that's
worked
cool,
well.
man.
Yeah.
That's cool. So look, let's go through a few things of what you've got here. Obviously, we can see an Iron Man mask. There are a few Badley. So Michael Badley is where we get these files from. He's a Patreon guy, good friend of mine, probably a good friend of yours as well. Good friend of everybody, in fact. So we've got the little baby Astromech here, and of course this ginormous machine here. Now, how long did this take you to build?
The body was probably about 3 weeks.
Right.
Of printing each individual square.
Yep.
And then, so we've been working on this since last summer. The rest of the time was the tracks and getting all the little idler gears. And I reprinted the treads 3 times because I didn't follow the directions like I was supposed to. But it worked great. Once you get me, and almost everything that is a motion part, including the door, was all printed on either the original Ender or the V2.
Gotcha. So that's really good. So would you say, so I'm really interested right now in STEM projects. And I know Michael and I also share that kind of requirement and push for education. At which stage would you say this is a STEM project? And what level would you say you'd need to be to make one of these things?
It's just determination.
Okay.
And you have to have a love for it as well, because you'll go through the stages of, this is amazing, this is working great, and then you'll start to hate it. And then you'll start to love it again. Because what happens, you get all those pieces together, and you get almost disheartened in a way, because it doesn't seem to be like what you want. And then you hit it with some primer, or you get everything to coalesce, and all of a sudden you're back. And you're like, it is working. This is amazing.
There was a moment when I was building an R2-D2, and my first R2-D2, in fact, and it was sat there for ages, and I had the frame, and I had the dome, and I had all these things. And I remember walking past it, and there was a moment where I was like, oh my God, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's pretty much the same with that.
Exactly the same.
And
I didn't know if it would actually roll the first time. And when I put the batteries in and I got it to roll, and I was like, oh, it's going to work. And then the sound of all those parts clacking together, and it sounds like the original from the movie or whatever they made for it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so this works. It's radio controlled.
Yep.
You know what we need to do now, right?
Yes.
We need to give this a go.
Well, we should.
Let's do this. So Ryan was just explaining that we've got lights on here, which you probably won't be able to see in the daylight here, but this is fully remote controlled. So we can move this forwards. That's so cool. It's slow. It's really slow, but it's really cool. What's going on, guys? I'm here with Zach from Main Z Designs. Dude, seriously, this is epic. So this is an FDN printed battleship?
Yep, a Dreadnought class.
A Dreadnought class.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Now, we've spoken a little bit about this. Now, the majority of this was printed on a Prusa printer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm here with Creality, so we're going to talk about some of the Creality elements as well.
Yes.
You have an Ender 5, right?
I have an Ender 5 and an Ender 5 Plus.
Right, okay. So the plus is important, of course.
Yes, I have to have that for my larger prints. Absolutely. It's cost effective for me, like affordable, good quality prints, and it can print fast because I have the 0.6 nozzle and the build size is amazing.
Wait, so you've modified the printer as well? Slightly.
Not much, but slightly.
So we got a bigger nozzle.
Yes.
Anything else?
So I've upgraded springs on the bed. So I have also a 3D print, larger tighteners for the base.
Yep.
For the bed printer, so I could get a little bit better tuning on it.
Sure. So how did you get into 3D printing?
So about 8 years ago, we had shut down on where I used to work at.
Right.
And I bought my first 3D printer, Flash 4 Adventure 3.
Yeah.
Would not recommend. My second printer was an Ender 5.
Yeah.
So love that printer, and that one's heavily modified.
Awesome. So here we are today. So Goshen, Indiana.
Yep.
How do we get here? What's this really all about? And how special is this event to you?
So I love this event because I used to work in Goshen.
Really?
Yes. I used to be a supervisor.
Oh my God. Doing what though?
I was a factory worker.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Amazing. Where are you based now?
I'm in Napanee, Indiana, but I work as a dental lab technician, working with 3D printers to print dentures.
Oh my God. Wow. Insane. So what has been printed here on a Creality printer?
Okay, so the stable legs here for this whole ship, I would not trust AR printer print such a large print
Yeah, absolutely.
other than a Ender 5 Plus, because again, it with the 0.6 nozzle, and I made sure it adhered.
Yep.
Burn fill. This little base, this house, was printed with the Ender 5.
Right, yeah. So what's this, excuse my ignorance, but what is this all from?
So this ship is made by a company called Arcane Minis.
Right.
They're on my manufacturer, their files and everything. I love their merchants.
Oh my God.
So
It's almost like a merchant ship.
kinda.
That's amazing. So what do you love about 3D printing? What inspires you to do massive colossal models like this?
So it's just having the ability to make stuff. I love making stuff, and things that I bring these events and people look at them like, and they get smart. I love seeing people smart.
Yeah.
Probably one reason why I'm in the dental field right now.
Yeah, of
making smart.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I mean, as soon as I walked past this, yesterday when I saw you, I was like, we're going to have to talk about this because this is absolutely epic. Zach, where can people find you online?
So on Instagram, I'm on Main Z Design.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm still building my website and everything, but
Hey, listen, dude, thank you so much for talking to me. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
And I want to see stuff bigger and better next time.
oh, next year there is a new print. It's a Sky Cloud Tavern,
Right.
4'10" by 38.
Oh, my
It'll
God.
make this look thing tiny.
That's going to be incredible. That's going to be incredible. Good luck, dude. We'll catch you soon. Thank you again. Take care. Good. Okay. What's going on, guys? So I'm here with Don, who has made something that's very, very familiar to me and my channel, an R2-D2. So this is fully 3D printed, Don.
Yes.
There you go. Amazing. So using the Michael Badley R2-D2 files?
Yes.
Brilliant. And how long has it taken you to do this?
I started in June of 2020,
Right.
and then I finished this past weekend.
Wow. As an R2 builder myself, is it ever really totally finished?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Right,
it's like
okay.
it's like a classic car. You keep working.
Keep messing with it. Right, so what do we have here? 3D printed on Creality 3D printers.
Creality 3D printers. It started out with a Creality S2,
Yep.
and then after I messed up a few parts, I'm like, I really need to do the whole body in one shot.
Yep.
So I got a Creality S5.
S5, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty stock in that kind of building community to have the S5 because at that time, it was the biggest build volume for actually pretty good value. I have 3 of them myself, so I totally understand that.
3?
Yeah, but you haven't modified it.
No.
So you've just gone and cracked on with it.
Yeah.
Have you made anything else? I see you've got other stuff over there, but is R2 sort of consumed your time?
Well, my daughter also, she prints little things and sells them on Etsy.
Right.
And I can print out a whole plate full and get her like 5, 6 rounds done in one swipe.
Yeah.
I just go down, turn it on, and there you go. You know, you have 6 sets of whatever she's selling.
Awesome. So when we get back to R2-D2 building and R2 building in general, now there are certain versions that you can do. You can do a version that will just be the dome and it's all closed. You sand it, you fill it, you do all the business with it. But this one is something special because in your hands you've got an Xbox 360 controller and
A R2 Touch.
the R2 Touch as well. So this is going to be, as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen it yet, this is all singing, all dancing, right? So can you show us a little bit what this can do?
Sure. Like everything in the dome's controlled with the R2.
Yep.
It is Markduino by Curious Mark.
That's it?
Then the app, I'm sorry, I don't know his name right now.
Yep.
But it was developed by someone else. So if you want to do an animation, basically there a lot are pre-programmed. That's pretty well.
So we've got full sounds, we've got combinations on the keypad as well. And then of course, we've got the Markduino element.
Yeah. So the Markduino's in the head, which is controlled by this.
Yeah.
Then in the body, there's a Pololu Maestro 24.
Yep.
And overkill because I'm using only like 9 channels of what's available. So we can do this guy. Yeah, we can do it over there. You want to do it over there? No sounds with that one.
Yeah.
You just do away.
Yeah. That's so cool. That's so cool. So all the ones that I've built, they don't have the full animatronics and stuff inside of it. It's normally kind of been a sort of bog standard thing to get it across the line and stuff. And it might have been because we were doing it, making something for a particular reason, of course. What was your inspiration and requirement to go, do you know what? I'm going to build an R2-D2.
Oh, it wasn't. It was from my childhood.
Okay.
Ever since I saw because I'm old enough to see the original.
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah.
Where's the 4? No, 4.
4, yeah.
So ever since I saw him, I wanted to build one. I saw ice coolers and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I want that. Eventually, 3D printing came along, and I was watching videos and saw, what is his name? James Burton.
Oh yeah, James, yeah.
I saw him build one. I was like, oh, this is possible.
Yes, so James did the R5, and he did a shell version of the R5, didn't he, originally? And then he was part of the droid builder community in the UK.
Wow.
And then, of course, developing on from that, a little while later, then Michael Badley came up with some files. And I don't know if you know this, but Michael was told by other building communities that there's no way that you can build an R2-D2 3D printed.
Oh, yeah.
So the tenacity of that comment sped on to this huge community now. So, being able to get this across the line, first and foremost, Don, congratulations, because it's a labour of love, right?
Right. There was a sprint at the end.
Yeah, sanding and filling, and it's a tenacious task, certainly. Well, wow. So childhood memories, childhood hero. Where does it live in the house?
Right. Well, I drug him up from the basement to bring him here. My wife told me he's not going back in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Because, one, he's so heavy it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But we have a study.
Right.
He'll be in the study with her.
Dude, so your wife's on board.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really cool. Listen, dude, congratulations. Don, when can we find you online? Do you have an Instagram page or a YouTube channel or anything like that?
Man, I was, like I said, I was sprinting to the line to get here. So my daughter was kind enough to print out cards. All I have is my email address.
Okay, right.
Richard.
We won't give that out to the Creality channel. But listen, Don, thank you so much for talking to us today.
No problem.
And again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing. Good work.